Let's assume we own a cafe and our customers come into the cafe, they stand in line, and when they get up to the counter, we have an employee at a point of sale terminal that takes their order and enters it into our system. Our employee then gives the customer a pager and asks them to sit down at a table. As it turns out, every table has an RFID tag built into it. And the pager detects this RFID tag and then broadcasts a message to our cafe base station. Our cafe base station then knows what table the pager is located at, and when the order is complete, the base station sends a message out to the pager to blink. Not only that, but a cafe member is then dispatched to that exact table with a piping hot correct order. The employee then collects the pager, returns it to the point of sale terminal, and the whole process starts over again with the next customer. Can we model this? And then can we code this? Given this basic system, what analysis can we perform? What roles, responsibilities, and collaborators can we identify already? Well, the pager, for example, we know that's going to play a pretty important role. The RFID tag as well. How about the point of sale terminal? And of course, there's the order, and then there's that base station. This is really only a starting point, and we'll add more detail and we'll discover more as we write the system. We know, for example, too, there will be several messages flowing through the system. We need to associate a pager to an order and a pager to a table. And finally, we need the ability to dispatch an order to a table and collect the pager. We'll talk about these topics and we'll discover several more as we move through this project. Still working at a high level, we know the point of sale terminal needs a unique identifier. It needs to add items to our orders, and then it needs to associate a pager with an order and somehow communicate to the rest of the system that an order is complete and ready to move to the next step. Next, we'll talk about the pager. This is an interesting class. It has a lot of responsibilities. It needs a unique identifier, assuming multiple customers. It detects an RFID tag. It also associates a table to a pager ID. It broadcasts the message to the cafe base station. It also receives messages from the cafe base station, and it flashes whenever an order is complete. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this role. This is going to be an interesting one. The cafe base station is another interesting role. Its responsibilities include maintaining a data structure of pager, order, and table associations, as well as dispatching completed orders to tables and pagers, and then recycling the states of pagers and turning them back over to the point of sale terminals. So this will be a class that grows as we develop more as well. Even at this early stage of development, we recognize the need for roles whose primary responsibility is to transport data to other roles.